Good day everyone, good morning. I hope everybody is fine and well. Welcome back to my channel. Collective. There's a bit of a heavy energy around. I'm just clearing my energy here. This is could be past energy. I did a reading the other day and there was some urgency for somebody to be very aware of their surroundings, and there may be, because collective, you know who you are, right? So, you know, at this time when all these exposures and whatnot going on, you know, there's a lot of clapback on that, you know, like people trying to save their, I just heard save their souls, but you know, I think some people it might be a little bit too late, but I don't know. Maybe there's time even for the darkest demons. I don't know. But anyway, we'll leave that to God, right? But anyway, you know, like if there is a situation where you see that, you know, like, you know, somebody may be going to attack or whatever, Spirit says to just leave and leave everything behind, and you'll be looked after. Like if there's a situation for somebody here, I just want to touch on that. I did do a whole video on it the other day, but then I was told not to publish it, so so I didn't. But I just wanted to say that. But we are protected. Know that we are protected by higher beings. Yeah, well, yeah, by order, by Ashtar command. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. Just know that you're protected. Okay, somebody's frightened. And fear, and somebody's blessed and somebody's frightened. So know that you're blessed and protected, because somebody here is frightened, I can see. But know that you are protected. So if you go into a meditation and imagine the blue ray light coming down over you like a tube, right? And it's like a protection from the Ashtar Council, and imagine it to go over you and down to the core of the planet, okay? And you're protected within that. But you know, if you feel that you're in a really bad situation where you are, God says just to leave and you'll be looked after. You know, don't take anything with you. Don't, you know, because if you pause and stop, you can get caught out, right? If you're in that situation. There may have been a carnival or something that somebody was at, some sort of show or something. Books. Clouded, yeah. Somebody's clouded. Somebody's not seeing something right. It could be in the books. Something in the books, some sort of books and news. Believed. Wow. Believed. So I'm going to take those ones. So we've got clouded books, news is being believed. So something here is not to be believed, alright? Something's not right. Somebody's clouded. Yeah, so the books and the news is clouded. Somebody's fearful, yeah, like because they're projecting the fear, right? Right, okay, thank you, Spirit. They are, yeah. They're projecting fear, and Spirit is saying, know that you're blessed, you're looked after, okay? Because they're trying to project that fear inside you, and it's clouding people's mind, you know? And this is coming from the books, what's written in the books and in the news. It's been believed. So what's been believed is not right. Now, what I said yesterday, know that there's something in the undercurrent. So we're not to get caught up in all the hype of the news and in the books and the Armageddon and we're all doomed and, you know, everything's going to turn to shit. It's not, because there's a change. There's an undercurrent shift happening for the better, and so it's a time actually. We got blessed here. We are blessed. The negative energies are being cleared out, you know, and we're not to even worry about it because it's going to change. Everything, you know, the monetary system and everything is going to change, but it's slowly happening from underneath, and we don't need to get caught up in all those details. All right. We are here to keep the calm and the peace, right? And not to get caught up, because there's so many people fighting against each other. They want the divide and the conquer, you know. I mean, it's an old, it's old. It's an old story. It's out of date, and it's not what is happening anymore. This is old books, old systems. We are being blessed at this time, and we're not to be fearful. It's clouding the minds of everyone, and, you know, like, and putting the fear into children, you know, because this is what they draw off, you know that, right? This is what the Archon draw off, the fear and the stress and the fighting and, you know, all that sort of stuff. That's how they draw the energy from people if that's coming out of you. That's why you've got to really keep your calm and your peace, and then it just sort of like dissolves it. Like, you know, if you're non-reactive, like if you're reacting to something, like say you watch something on the news and you get all, you know, like caught up in it and angry about it, and, you know, like, oh, this has got to do this and got to do that, and it's like, no, just turn it off, right? Stop watching it and be at peace. And the more people that just be at peace and go, stop, it's just going to dissolve, right? Because it's got no effect. Like, say if the systems are trying to rally everyone up to go against each other and fight and this kind of thing, it can't happen if the people can't get rallied up. You know what I mean? To fight. We don't want to do that. We just got to go, just step back and be at peace, all right? And then that peace will, you know, like if I say one person is sitting in the middle of a heap of chaos, right? And you're just, you know, you can imagine like this peaceful monk, for instance, sitting in amongst a whole lot of chaos, just being at peace, and then that energy, because then it makes people go, you know, like they get kind of like taken back and recognize that peace, and then they get drawn to that, and then that calms them, that energy. So you've got to be at that peace energy, and then that will calm the chaos around you. Some people will, some people will get really angry at that. I've experienced that myself many times, like when, but like if there's non-reactive, like if you're non-reactive, like at all, even when somebody's gone off at you in your face, and if you just stay at peace and non-responsive, they can't do anything, right? They give up because it's not doing anything. And breathe through it. Like sometimes it can be very, very scary, right? But that's what you've got to try and breathe through it and be brave, right? And be brave and breathe it out. Okay, so let's get a message. We'll use the Moon Oracle again today. I'm feeling somebody's very emotional at this time. Know that you're blessed. Breathe in, breathe out, and give thanks for your blessings. You'll be protected. And then frightened. Somebody's not using their discernment here. But we do have blossoming, right? Somebody's frightened. Feel it. Just bear with me for a moment. I just got to feel it through. Discernment. Somebody's clouded, like, right? See the mind? They're clouded in the mind. This person's crowded in the mind, not you. They're making bad choices. Play some beautiful music. Beautiful music works. Like classical music, something with a peaceful frequency, okay? Play that helps. Like if somebody is like really going off and you're put on like some peaceful classical or frequency music. It'll help clear that energy and bring that person, I can feel somebody's making some really bad choices and being very erratic, but if you're in this person's energy, put on the peaceful frequencies or classical music, something that is calming, right? So this person, she's playing the violin and she's projecting that out, and that will calm the frequency, calm the energy of whatever's going on there for you, right? See, it pulls, you see this image here? This is like the frequency that's pulling this piece in, pulling the piece in. That's what's going on here. See, and then somebody is calming, like, and breathe it out. Somebody will calm down. Okay, because somebody's got all rallied up here. So you look, somebody's coming down and be at peace. Breathe it out. Books. Clarify the books. So many self-reflecting. Somebody needs to self-reflect. Balance, restore order. bit of energy here, like, damn. Somebody's feeling a lot of anxiety. Yeah, peace. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So, somebody's gaining some stability, somebody's coming down. Somebody's coming down. Muse. Clarify this muse. Somebody's going through it. Muse. Something triggered somebody to go off, and I bet somebody's coming down. Right? Too many, one at a time, please. Spirit. Muse. The path. Whew. The muse is the path. There's a new portal open. It's infinity. It's a number 8 in infinity. The path. So yeah, the news is somebody's looking into this new path. They're finding a way out. They may have looked into the stars. Somebody may have looked into their Akashic records. They might be seeing their north node, because somebody might have been confused about which way to go. Yeah, the path, right? The path to the north node. Believed. Something's believed. Clarify the belief. Action. Somebody's taking some action. Number 13 is significant. Whew. So yeah, okay, somebody's recognised their path, they're going to take action. They gain some sort of balance. They've calmed their nerves. Yeah, after being, okay, so somebody may have used some sort of tools here, and they're binding their discernment. Okay. Shit. Wow. Okay. Thank goodness that's over. It's like that, you know, like somebody just went through a really, I just got it all condensed there, I feel. So let's have a look at discernment. So something is not over. Whew. What is this? The world in reverse, please, Spirit. Clarify this world in reverse. The world in reverse. This is like reversing the curse, right? Everything's reversing. So somebody might have got a clap back from some sort of projections. Yeah. This could have been a return to sender, a Page of Cups. So somebody might be on a new path, yeah, this is the Page of Cups. So something's not ended and somebody wants some sort of new beginning. Clarify this, yeah, and they're at the beginning, like stages of, yeah, so somebody's frightened, so they've had to get through something, and it's this fear, there was an injustice. Okay, so clarify the blossoming, somebody's coming out of this frightened energy. Yeah, Page of Cups. This is like somebody making the first moves to change something. It's right at the beginning. Something's not over, but it's like blossoming. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this is somebody, yeah, unstable, like they're frightened because their mind is clouded. They feel like a child, okay. Somebody's going through a dark night of the soul and they're re-experiencing their childhood, like something's come back, they're feeling their fear as a child. Yeah, where they had no, and the discernment in reverse is like, this person's immature, they haven't got their they haven't learnt their discernment yet, they're vulnerable, they're frightened. Oh man. They might be at like some sort of, like teenage years here with blossoming. They're frightened, they're not. This is like somebody with no support, and they've got to defend themselves and use their discernment against the Knight of Wands. Alright, so we have a feminine energy here. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this person's not stable, they're still immature. This could be like a child out in the world before they should be, They're blessed with who they are, but they're frightened and clouded, and they don't know who they are, and they don't know of their blessings yet. Unexpected and clouded. What's unexpected here is Queen of Pentacles and the clouded. Unexpected and clouded. Some sort of stability. Someone was not sure about their stability, maybe their home, their foundation, but something here was unexpected. So somebody might have had to leave their home unexpectedly, juggle. Like, what do I do? That kind of thing. They're looking for support. Their vision is clouded and they can't see which direction to go, and they're unbalanced. The books. So somebody might have found some sort of solace within books, like this is kind of like a troubled mind, and somebody not knowing, their foundation's been unstable and their vision was unclouded, but they might have had a lot of influence with the books, or the books gave them like solace, you know what I mean? Clarify this Four of Wands, Holy Spirit. Four of Wands. Clarify the Four of Wands. Burden. Their home was a burden. Their home life. Their foundation. Clarify this burden, please. The balance. But they're carrying a lot. This person is carrying a lot of stuff. The wounded warrior is in reverse. Oh, man, what is this? Somebody felt like their home was a prison. It was a burden to them. But they had to keep working. Like working. This is somebody working. It was a burden. The home was a burden because they had to keep working in this home. This is like it was like a trap, you know. Burden, trap. It looked like this on the outside. All sparkly, right? Shiny, because they had to keep working to keep it shiny. Oh, this is like Cinderella energy. And this is at their blossoming age. Bound to have to keep working. And the wounded warrior, this is somebody who they never learnt their lessons, but they were clouded. Like, it's like she's the wounded warrior in reverse, usually because somebody hasn't learnt their lessons, but the information was incorrect, and this is giving me with the books and the news, something they believed from the books and the news to be true. It kept them trapped in a home. Yeah. So clarify, yeah, look, Ten of Swords here. Yeah, the information is clouded about love. Oh, sex. Wow. So they were uneducated when they were out. Yeah. So oh wow, this is like teenage energy, blossoming energy, you know, of age, the path that they went on, because they were in some sort of home that was like a trap, and so they were naive. They never got the books in the news that they believed. So whatever was, you know, the whatever they were taught was not helpful for their path, right? They never got any education about love and sex and men. There's no education here about the dangers of, right? Wow. Oh my God, what are we getting here? Spirit. Damn. This is like somebody being uneducated and burdened by the home, like it was a trap. They just had to work, and they never learned any lessons. Like, there was no education when it come to, you know, how to live in the world without being vulnerable, you know, because whatever in their family life kept them in a cloud, right? The world, like they're clouded. There's no education. There's no nobody. There was no books, or maybe there was no books or no education. Cloud, or whatever they did get was like clouded. Like they were frightened. So somebody's actually had to. They may have left the home because it was a burden and it was a trap and it was, you know, that somebody had to leave the home for obviously some suppressive energy, and when they've gone on their path to gain some sort of balance and took action to move, but they believed what they were already all clouded with, you know. So they never learned any lessons when it came to, you know, like protecting themselves. All right. Oh gosh. Clarify the path. Ace of Wands. No money and no Ace of Wands. Passion. No direction I'm getting. The path. No money, no direction. So somebody's out there with nothing on their own as a child. And they're out of balance. No wonder. This is somebody reflecting. This is somebody I feel is, I don't know if this, yeah, somebody's reflecting. Clarify the action. A Queen of Cups in reverse. So this person became a mother very young when they're still in this energy. This is mother energy, the action. Yeah, so they were obviously, yeah, okay. It's not giving us all the details here, but it's giving us a good indication that they became involved in an Emperor in reverse, a King of Wands in reverse. This person's very arrogant. Fool in a Chariot. The Fool is in reverse. This person may have. Well, it's like so this person, I don't know, like because they've been. This person is very vulnerable. And this Emperor in reverse has taken advantage of that. And this person wasn't right either. Oh my God. Okay, so let's go back over here and clarify the world in reverse. This is a young Page of Cups going out into the world. Pushed out into the world, it looks like. With no discernment, no judgment. You know, they're clouded, they're confused, they're heartbroken. So somebody might have been kicked out of home or something like that. They're exposed, yeah. They're exposed. This is a child exposed to the world, right? Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Clarify here, please, Spirit. The nest, yeah. Heartbroken by the nest. King of Swords, the authority. It's in reverse, right? They might have been kicked out of their house, out of their nest by a father figure. Clarify the Four of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. And this, yeah, so somebody might, because blossoming here, it's giving me teenage energy. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles to the Four of Wands, please. The nest, the stability, the home. This Queen of Pentacles was not stable, not ready, you know. This is a child being kicked out. And they didn't, and whoever it was that kicked him out, that King of Swords, really didn't care. Wow, this is sad. Yeah, out in the cold. This is a young woman. Not even a woman yet. This is not even a woman yet. So they've got their bag. Trapped in their mind. So they might have been trapped by an institution here. Group of people. Somebody might have been trapped by a group of people. This is like a trapping. Clarify this Ten of Wands, please, Spirit. Ooh. Burdened by a death. So there may have been a death in the family that put this person in this position. There was a death. That somebody didn't care about. They were not sad about a lover's situation. There was a death and somebody didn't care about a lover's situation. There was an ending. Or this was an uncaring couple. Clarify this death. Deception in reverse. There was no theft. There was no... It's like somebody got kicked out of a home after a passing, a death. And it was not... It's saying up here there's something that's clouded and unexpected. Somebody must have lost somebody they love, like a mother or something. And someone else didn't care. A Knight of Swords in reverse. Somebody did not... They didn't get a knight in shining armour. Nobody saved them. There was nobody to save them. So then they become trapped. What's this? Eight of Swords. And nobody cared. There was no sadness. Or maybe somebody didn't even have time to grieve. So somebody was unable to grieve even, like somebody lost somebody. It's like somebody lost their mother. Somebody didn't even care, or the father obviously, who might have been in a lover's situation that was looked like. And this person's put them in jail? What's the... And they didn't care? Like there was no care. No care in this situation. Three of Pentacles, it's an institution. Somebody's become institutionalized. That's what's going on here. Three of Pentacles, somebody might, yeah, because this is a child, right? So this person may have become a ward of the state or something, you know, gone into a home, no resources, they got nothing. Two of Cups. Somebody might have made a partnership here. Balance. With an institution. Ah. Somebody held back the Ten of Swords. So apparently this was for their own safety. It's like putting someone in jail for their own safety. This is a young woman. There's a young woman here that's been put into jail for their own safety because they're vulnerable. They've been chucked out because somebody's died. They've lost everything, their stability, their home. They never had time to grieve. And then they're chucked in jail. Because they had no resources, they had nothing. So this is like somebody, this is like a young woman with their bag, clothes, a little suitcase, and it looks like they've been chucked in prison. The path. So this is somebody's path. Oh my God. So this is somebody's story. Somebody's reflecting on their story. The path, to clarify the this story is like news. This is like saying this story is newsworthy, right? So we've got the Nine of Wands here in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. Clarify, and with no lessons here. The Hermit. So this person was isolated, and a Knight of Pentacles. So this person pretty much didn't have a choice, and somebody's come along with a pentacle and a wand. This person had no money. Clarify this Knight of Wands to the Ace of Wands, please, Spirit. You know how it goes, collective. You don't get nothing for nothing in these parts. We've got a King of Cups in reverse. So apparently this person comes along with the kindness of his heart to offer a pentacle to this young woman. But really, in the dark, he's got his wand out. That's why it's in reverse. In the dark, you know, like it's in reverse because it's, you know, it's not out in the open. He's given the pentacle to this person in exchange because this person's naive, they don't know, they're isolated, they've got no family. This is, you know, and this is within this institution here that somebody put them in after their mother died. And because this person, you know, doesn't have any backup, what choice do they have? An Empress in reverse. So this is sort of like the beginning of the life for this Empress in reverse, who's become a Queen of Cups in reverse, mother. This is like a mother-child, a child mother. Clarify this child mother figure to the Six of Pentacles in reverse. With no knowledge. See, naive. A naive young woman, pregnant now by this King of Cups, who's in reverse, with no judgment. This King of Cups had no judgment put on them. And this young woman has no discernment. You know, like she just pretty much has to take what she can get, right? She hasn't got a choice. And this person had there was no comeback because there was no one to protect this young woman. Clarify this King of Cups in reverse, please, Spirit. Love. And so this person thought this was love. They're not moving on from a Hierophant. So this person could have been a religious leader. They're not moving on. Well, it's giving me institution. This is an institution. Somebody within an institution has got this young woman pregnant. It's either in a jail or like an orphanage or something like that. Some sort of institution. It could even be like an asylum type thing. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's an institution. Because this Hierophant, this is a leader. This King of Cups thinks that he can... and this young woman's in love with this... Oh, I was going to say C-U-N-T. And he's just a sleazy old prick in the back door. You know what I mean? Ooh, yucky. This person's yucky. The Emperor. Clarify the Emperor. Missed opportunities. Not walking away from missed opportunities. Not walking away from missed opportunities. The missed opportunities is like, it's like not taking a no for an answer. They're not walking away from the missed opportunity. It's like not taking no for an answer. They're just going to take it. That's what that is. And because this is an emperor in reverse, right? This person is not a gentleman. This person is an R-A-P-E-S-T. He's just taking it. Whatever he want to do, he's just doing what he like. Can you imagine that? Like imagine having a whole institution of young women, and this, I can't even call this person a man, having the full reign, control over a whole institution full of young women in the same position as this. Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, and the High Priestess. So there is a High Priestess here as well. This is giving me institution, you know, nuns, and you know the hierarchy above them. Strength, yeah, had the power over them. They're being exposed now, right? Oh, heaps of exposure. We've got the Sun in reverse and the Moon in reverse. So these people are being exposed like big time. Good. A King of Swords. Did we not see that this was an authority at the beginning that threw this person out of her stability in the first place? And a Queen of Wands in reverse. So this was a couple. King of Swords, Queen of Wands, both in reverse. They were the ones that first made the decision. Oh, they said they didn't want to. And yeah, after the death of the mother. The King of Pentacles is in reverse. Someone just wanted the money. This person here was sold to an institution by a couple. after the mother passed away. This person was sold. They got money for this young woman to be in this institution. And then they just did what they freaking like. They got her pregnant and made her a mother. And it was an RAPE situation here with this emperor. Clarify that the King of Wands in reverse. This could be two different people. You know, I've got three different masculines here juggling. This young woman. Ah, I heard. I don't know if I can say this. Queen of Swords in reverse, and then we've got the Devil in reverse. They're trying to make out that this was the she-devil, this institution, you know, calling this young woman here the devil, but yeah, in reverse, right? Like, she-devil. That's what I'm hearing, a she-devil. And I heard this King of Cups in reverse here. I'm like, almost like hearing a conversation of you, like, who's going to break her in? This is a conversation that some people are having here. And she couldn't get away from the magicians. See, she couldn't get away. Six of Swords in reverse. She couldn't move to calmer waters. There was nowhere to go. She was stuck. Somebody's got a new perspective. The Magician. Queen of Wands in reverse. This new perspective. Wow. You know what this, oh, fuck. This here is the splitting of the mind. You know when, this is like, you know, like the MK Ultra and, you know, like the mind control techniques. Mind control techniques going on here, and yeah, they worked on Knight of Swords in reverse, yeah. Stopping this person and making them codependent, right? In this lover's situation with the Pentacles, right? Yeah, threatening to leave them out in the cold and with no knowledge of, you know, how to make, you know, 10 of Pentacles. Somebody has though. Yeah, somebody making somebody codependent on having to, you know, work for their pentacle, right, with love situation. Yeah, having to work to keep them stuck. This is somebody stuck in this, somebody being stuck and sold, right? And it split the mind. This person couldn't get away from the Magician, right? They couldn't get away from the Magician. And the new perspective, so it turned a Queen of Swords who was naive and, you know, like she's just a child, right? They split the mind and turned her into a Queen of Wands in reverse. The Queen of the Wands in reverse is a whore. So, and that's how they've split the mind. They've changed the perspective of this person using magic from a Queen of Swords who wanted to get away to be submissive and be working for them. And so they've got no missed opportunities. This person, the young women, showing up here as the missed opportunities, because they missed their opportunities for life, right? And they couldn't get away with walking away in reverse. They were bound to this King of Cups in reverse, to their love. They split the mind. Somebody split the mind here and did magic to think that they had to be stuck in this situation, and then this person had no knowledge of anything. This was just a young girl, right? Clarify this Emperor in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. I think that I didn't want to end someone. I didn't want something to end. This with the Two of Pentacles here as well. It's, yeah, like this person's continuously been used and, you know, RAPD'd, you know, by these masculines. We've got three masculines here. Four, King of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody was talking to a King of Pentacles. Someone was at a crossroads and they were waiting for something to come, to stop. That with the boundaries, they want to put the boundaries up and they wanted love. This Page of Pentacles. This young woman with no family. This young woman with no family just wanted someone to love them with the Knight of Cups. They wanted somebody to guard them, somebody to help them, somebody to save them, defend them, stop what's going on with the Temperance. They're waiting for someone to come and help them. They made a decision to talk to someone. They made a decision to talk to someone, and it was the King of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know who this King of Pentacles in reverse is, but let's find out. Who's this King of Pentacles in reverse? This young woman has told a King of Pentacles in reverse what was going on. Who's this person? Spirit? Because he's in reverse, I'm hoping that he's not, you know, he might be just somebody who is not financially, you know, like he's not wealthy. But I'm hoping that this guy's not the same as these other ones. King of Pentacles, so what's happened here with this King of Pentacles, please, Spirit? Who is this person? A Fool. Is somebody seeing this person as a new beginning? Is somebody seeing this person as a way out? High Priestess. Clarify this High Priestess. The Hierophant in reverse. This is a feminine energy. So this person confided in another woman to get away. The Chariot. What happened? The Chariot? They lied. Oh, God. What was this lie? King of Swords. Somebody was sent back to a King of Swords. Remember the King of Swords in the first place? Who's the one who got money for this person and put them in the institution in the first place. That's who that is. So this high priestess, who this young woman confided in, sent her back to the first one. They said they were going to, because there's a lie here, they said they were going to take him somewhere else. Clarify, oh my gosh, this is crazy. King of Swords, what happened from here? I might have to get another pack of cards. Sunshine in reverse. This is not happy, not a happy situation. Unhappiness, this person, another one. This person it's the way it goes, isn't it? Page of Pentacles in reverse. No, that's in the upright. Waiting for their ships to come in. Strength. This person is trying to gain strength. And this person took advantage of them as well. Again. This could have even been their father figure. Because that was the original one that sold them out, sent them to the institution after the mother died, right? Let me get another pack of cards. Clarify the sun. Juggling. So here she is having to try and juggle a situation again. So this young woman confided in, and I'm seeing this high priestess is like a nun or something of this institution, who actually allowed the exposure to these three masculines in the institution, right? So they might have been, I don't know, priests or something like that, you know. And then she confided in that, hoping for a new beginning, by telling the high priestess what was going on, and they lied and sent her back to the original perpetrator. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Wishing and hoping that the ships will come in, somebody will come for them. This person's wishing and hoping that there's a saviour and they will be free as a star. Somebody looking into something here. Group of people. A King of Cups. A group of people looking into, or someone was looking, we've got Judgment. This is almost like, so here's this girl, right? There she is, looking beautiful, right? She's in her youth, she's beautiful. There's some sort of gathering, and somebody coming out, a fool, they want them to get away. A Knight of Cups wants to offer love. They're looking at this person here. This one is looking at her. They're making a judgment. Right? And of course this young woman is, you know, just wishing and hoping for saviour pretty much from her situation. And this is somebody looking into this person's situation. Someone could be looking into someone's family, making a judgment, and somebody's deciding to make an offer to this star, an offer of stability. See what come out behind? So this is somebody who, this is her knight in shining armour, right? But this is like giving me the Fool is in reverse. It's like, this person could have already been around with all these Three of Cups here. Like, with the Fool in reverse, it's not like it was not like their first time, if you know what I mean. Like, it's like this person's like already been out in the community, you know what I mean? Like, this knight in shining armour has been around. He's planted his seed around the joint, you know what I mean? And now he's looking at this other young woman, and he might be going to offer stability. He's made a judgment. Somebody's looking, right? Yeah, and of course this young woman's just looking for any option, please. So any safe option. This woman is, yeah, like she's juggling. Like, what do I do? You know, because she didn't want to be here with this. Oh, this person could have also stuck with King of Pentacles. This person could have already been this King of Pentacles over here in reverse, and now he's in the upright. So he could have been somebody that this person confided in to before they spoke to the nun here. So he may have actually gone away and then come back, because the Fool is here, with some pentacles, maybe something to offer. Like, maybe he had to offer something for this person. Well, you know, an Ace of Cups, the Fool is in reverse, Ace of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. This is like saying I don't want a new beginning, but this is the Fool in reverse. It is not a fool. They're offering love, but look, right? For this person to move to calmer waters, they're offering love. But here, look, there's the Ten of Swords hiding behind this money and this cup of love, but this is a Fool in reverse. And somebody could have been overindulgent, right? In death. Somebody's wish fulfillment, death. What the fuck? Somebody wished death on someone. Somebody's wish fulfillment was death on someone. Three of Cups is poking out. Not moving on to calmer waters. Did I just drop that one out? Somebody not moving on to calmer waters. They were juggling. Somebody was wishing for their ships to come in. A King of Pentacles, a rich man. Somebody could have been wishing for a rich man and then they die. That's not funny, right? But that's what it looks like. It's like somebody's wished for a rich man. This person may have, you know, made an offer for this person for love, right? Because we've got the Ace of Cups, the Six of Pentacles to balance something out in a group. it's almost like a choice of these different cups. Somebody, yeah, it's like somebody looking at a whole lot of different girls, and they've chose this one, so they're offering some money, and it feels like our young woman who's already, because this is a fool in reverse, who's already felt how things are, you know, like, so this person started to get, you know, like they've got some hatred within them after going through all this, right? Because there's all these other experiences that this person's had to go through, so they've become hardened, right? And that's why they're a fool in reverse. It's like, it's not like their first time round, and this is what somebody could be saying about someone. Oh, it's not their first time round, so I'm only going to give you so much money, you know? It's like, oh, fuck, man. And this woman could be wishing that this person dies. I'll only say that. So they've been sold to a King of Pentacles. But it also could be that the wish fulfillment is to, this is a sacrifice. Somebody may have bought this woman as a sacrifice, for a sacrifice to, you know, use them and then take them out. That's part of the game. Yep. How much time we got? Clarify this King of Pentacles, please. They're being exposed, look. Ta-da! Yay! They've been exposed. I was just in the dogs years ago like that. Every time I say that. This is in the bar, carrying on. So this person's been exposed. So clarify this person being exposed. A Knight of Wands. Player. He's a player. I heard hunter. Oh God. Young women. The star. Star player. Stability. Making the offer. Oh God. Yeah. Okay. So the stability and then reversed. They're given the stability and then it's reversed. It's that energy of, yeah, giving and then taking away, you know, like to traumatize, right? They're giving to a love situation, it's like giving, but there's the institution there, right? There it is, just in between the two. They're giving to the institution quietly for this partnership. A King of Cups. So a King of Cups here was giving money to an institution who's just hiding in between the two, right? This institution was getting money for these partnerships. This is selling the young women. Or it could be young men too, for that matter. Like, take it as it resonates. Those that are vulnerable, you know, like those that are homeless. Because this woman was thrown out, she'd lost her mother, or there was a death, lost somebody. Burdened and thrown into an institution, and this person was sold. And they were sold by the institution to this player. And this person couldn't get away. See, the Knight of Swords, this person couldn't get away from the institution. But there was a fake instability here. This person got sold. Wish fulfillment. Ace of Wands in reverse. Wish fulfillment, no regret. They didn't care. Weakened. They weakened this person to Page of Wands in reverse, to not speak out. Investment in reverse, the nest in reverse, and there's the Magician. So the nest in reverse, that's those with no nest, right? No home. And there's the Magician playing magic. That's got the knowledge. The knowledge of the money in reverse, the Emperor. Where's the money gone? To the Emperor. The money gone to the Emperor in the institution. There's the offer. Somebody might be trying to pay someone out. Death. Someone's trying to pay somebody to death. To end a partnership. Somebody's trying to pay somebody to end a partnership with the institution. They paid for the partnerships at the institution, so somebody was definitely heartbroken. Like, we got the heartbreak here. The Lovers, the heartbreak, that's the... Somebody could have even, like bribe people so that they didn't have to be institutionalised, gone to jail or whatever the hell. You do this and we won't put you in jail, that kind of shit. Or in an institution. Clarify the Knight of Swords. So it's definitely a case of the institution being paid for young women. Definitely. We have so the Knight of Swords, I was asking for the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Devil. So somebody couldn't get away from the Devil. Clarify the Devil in reverse though. The Devil in reverse. A Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so they had no money, they had no resources. Yeah, they didn't get any offers. Yeah, no love. Somebody refused here. Yeah, and so that was the bribe as well. Yeah, that's the bribe. If you don't do as you're told, you don't get any resources and you'd be broke. This is also the this is also the institution being bribed, basically. If you don't give up the... I'm hearing the children. If you don't give us the children, you don't get any resources. So they were paying... So whoever was in control here, the higher up, these rich... whoever this King of Pentacles is, was paying the institution in the first place to take the partnerships with these young people, these homeless people. I mean, we're saying people now, it's not just one, we're talking about a whole institution here. So what they were saying is the institution doesn't get any funding if they don't give up their, if they don't sell them the young people. I'm saying young people now because it's not just young girls here, we're talking about the young men as well. And they're saying that they were saying that they were relieving the burden for these young people by getting them to miss opportunities. What the fuck? By taking their cup. Oh. If you don't take this cup, you're going to be burdened. If you don't take our offer, that's what this is. if you don't take our offer, you will be burdened. So they're saying, well, you won't be burdened if you, you'll get money, you'll get funding if you give up these cups. Give us the cups being the vessels, the young people, the stars. But this has been exposed, this has come out, right? Well, it's coming out right here, but maybe the question here was whether the institution's taking money and selling these people, and they were. I don't know if this is actually under some sort of, you know, like in the courts or something as at the moment. This is an investigation. Something about the news and the belief clouding the information here. Clouded information is that these, I'm saying these institutions now, so it's not just one institution, this is many, right? These institutions were being paid to give up the children as sex slaves, basically. And the institutions took the money and gave up. So it's like this is the trafficking ring set up by authorities. These rich people, whoever this rich man is, this King of Pentacles here, a player, was saying you don't get your money for the institution doesn't get any money if they don't give up the young people, if you don't allow us to do what we want with these people that have no families. Damn. Okay. So if this is, I don't know. I think that's the message. I'll leave it there. There's not just one person here, all right? It's a pretty awful story here, and I just want to move out of the energy now, so I'll let you go, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.